We're waiting. Hi, hello YouTube. Thank you for being here. All right. Hello, kitchen people. I'm just going to call you kitchen people from now on. From this day forward, you will be known as the kitchen people. Hi everybody, this is Leslie from GoToKitchens.com. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Anybody see anything different? Anybody notice anything new? You're not going to see it on YouTube. Anybody notice anything new? I dare ya. Anyone? The apron! Look at that! I know, you're early today and I'm late. Holy macaroni. Holy macaroni. Look at my new apron. Isn't it fabulous? Look at what it says. Hashtag cancer hates it. What? The what? You like my hair, my eyebrows? That is so cool. Thank you. I just got a haircut, so I feel good about that. I know, it is very white, which makes me a little nervous. Oh, our very, very, very good friend Amanda sent this to me, and I just absolutely am in love with it. Isn't it adorable? I'm so happy about this apron. Obviously, you can see that I have clothes underneath my apron, and for that, you get banned. It's one of those days where you just there's like no leeway today. Like you get banned, you get chopped. I did check my email. I actually responded to you this morning, Sherry. So check your email. Did you check your email? I did. Thank you so much for the lovely video. You made my morning. Actually, I think I said that you made my year. It was an amazing video. Thank you for that. It was a very precious gift. And so is my new apron. My new apron is my new precious gift. Isn't it great? I love it. I love it. All right, you guys, today we're gonna make a Caesar salad the Go-To Kitchens way, and I'm super excited to share this with you. And we have tweet tagged today Natural Grocers, and the reason that I tagged Natural Grocers today is because 1 week from today is their 62nd birthday. Now they're calling it an anniversary. I'm calling it a birthday. We're gonna party like it's 1955 next Thursday, and I'm super excited, and I want to invite each of you to join me next Wednesday and Thursday next week. I will actually broadcasting on behalf of Natural Grocers. We're gonna be live in their store next Wednesday in my local Fort Collins store. So if you are local to Fort Collins, noon Mountain Time next week, I will be there broadcasting live, and I would love it if you came by and said hello and took a selfie and did all those kinds of things. So yes, so we're going to be live in the store. I'm going to be buying ingredients. We're going to talk about all the sale items that are 50% off. They have like a whole list of stuff that is 50% off. And while I'm there, I think I'm going to go ahead and register for all the gifts that they're giving away, because the amazing company C2O is actually, which is a coconut water company that I love them. They're giving away, the grand prize is an Alaskan cruise for 2. They're giving away a GoPro. They're giving a bunch of swag away. They're giving away cookbooks. They're giving away all kinds of stuff today, on that day. And so you want to make sure if you have a Natural Grocers near you to go and register and buy all the goodies. The C2O coconut water is half off. It's going to be 99 cents. Normally it's $2 a can. It's going to be $1 a can. I'm telling you, I'm loading up the smart car with the C2O. Just saying. Because I love it. It's like the only kombucha, coconut water, and water. Those are the things that I drink, and hot tea every once in a while. Those are the things that I drink, and I'm telling you, it's amazing, right? They are totally in Texas, Sherry. They are all over Fort Worth, Dallas. I've been to all their locations in Texas, so make sure that you go to their website, naturalgrocers.com, click on their store locator and see if there is a store near you. You will never regret it. It's 100% all organic produce, and they're just such an amazing company as well. They treat their employees so well. They're so responsible to us and our environment, and feeding us wholesome foods. And one of the co-founders, Margaret Isley, actually started Natural Grocers with $200 and a dream. $200 in a dream. Now, I don't know about you, but there's a story there. $200 in a dream. So there you go. So check it out. Natural Grocers will be broadcasting live from them. And we're going to be using, actually, everything that I almost bought for this recipe came from Natural Grocers as well. So there you go. So that's another reason to tag them. Thank you guys for the super hearts. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for everything. Let me introduce myself super fast. My name is Leslie Nance, and you are watching Lunch with Leslie. I do this broadcast every Tuesday through Friday. We come here teaching you how to make your body inhospitable to cancer. And I'm super excited to share this information with you guys today about how to make a Caesar salad the Go-To Kitchens way. We're gonna make the dressing. We actually are gonna make some croutons. We're gonna talk about that. We have our romaine ready over here, and we're gonna make some Parmesan for it that is actually a Parmesan fake out. I'm gonna teach you today how to make a Parmesan fake out. Now we are tri-casting, so if you see me looking at different cameras, right? So if you see me looking over here, I'm looking at YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for replays. Thank you for shares. Thank you for all that good stuff. I'd love it if you'd leave a comment. Make sure you hit that little bell and you're following me so that you get those notifications. Hello. Hello, Facebook. Thank you guys for joining me here today. Hi, Joy. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. It's a joy to be here with you, Joy. Thank you so much for joining me here live on Facebook, here on Periscope. Holla up in here to the Periscope peeps that are sharing out, inviting followers. Thank you so much. Guess what? Lunch with Leslie starts right now. So please share out. Okay, here we go. You ready? Are you ready? So the first thing that we need to do is we're gonna make some super yummy croutons for our Caesar salad. Now, in my opinion, you can't have a Caesar salad without some croutons. And so we're gonna make some croutons. But what I've chosen today, this is actually a whole grain bread. This is 100% whole grain bread, but there is one layer above that as well that makes it special, and that is sprouted grains. Now, if you are gluten intolerant, you would wanna choose something that doesn't have gluten in it. If you're not gluten intolerant, I will tell you a dose of whole grains actually is going to be good for you every once in a while. You should be getting some whole grains maybe a couple of times a week in your diet. Whole grains have things that other foods do not have in them, and they are actually natural for the human body. You know, people say, oh, well, our ancestors didn't eat bread. Baloney. We've been eating bread for a long, long time. Thousands of years we've been eating bread, unleavened bread and so forth. And so bread and whole grains are actually really good for you. Our ancestors also didn't have iPhones and cooking shows that they could watch live. But does that mean that you shouldn't be watching a cooking show live on one of our TriCasts today? No. And so we've evolved and we've changed and we've become something different. And so whole grains are good for you. Now then, processed grains that are made with white flour, wheat flour that is white flour, is actually harmful inside the body. Those white flours actually cause a disruptive in our digestive tract. So you want to choose a 100% whole grain, and you want to make sure that it is sprouted grain. So we're going to use this today. This is the only thing that's going to be cooked in our entire recipe. And so to do that, I'm just going to cut it up in some crouton sizes with my handy dandy beautiful bread knife that I don't get to use very often. So I'm just going to cut this in some pieces. I like big fat croutons personally. Robin likes little tiny ones, but I like big fat ones. So I'm going about a 1 inch by 1 inch here. And I'm just going to make some croutons. Now here's a trick for you. When you're making croutons, you're going to set your oven to 400 degrees. You're gonna set your oven to 400 degrees. I forgot to butter my bread before I did that. Oh well, it's okay. We use some olive oil. I was going to use butter, and I totally missed that step, but that's okay. It's fine. We can do something different. So we have our little bread. They laugh at you for watching my show. Well, that you should laugh at them for not watching my show. That's all I got to say about that, right? I like big croutons and I cannot lie. Never forget the butter. I totally did. I should have buttered the bread and then cut it, and I didn't do that. I got totally ahead of myself. That's okay though. So we've got our little crouton guys here already cut up. I will tell you a nice trick. Put it on 400 degrees, preheat your oven to 400 degrees, let your bread set out for a couple of hours. Let it set out for a couple hours and get just a little bit stale. This will help make the crouton crunchy and not burnt. right? How many of you have made, how many of you, I do not do low carb, no. How many of you have made our croutons and you wanted them nice and crunchy, but you had to burn them to get them nice and crunchy? Anybody had that? Anybody had that going on? Right? Nobody's going to confess. I know you have. Don't lie to me. Don't you lie to me. Luckily not. Okay, good. So, right? Right, blackened croutons, it's for sure. Yeah. So the best thing to do is to put your oven on a nice hot temperature and to let the bread set out for about an hour or two before you make the croutons. That will totally, right? Smoke alarm goes off. I know, right? So that will totally, if you like the ketogenic diet, this is probably not the broadcast for you, because I actually do not like the ketogenic diet. And that's a whole nother topic, but it's not my favorite diet on the planet, I can tell you. Actually, I don't like any diets. Anything that has the word diet around it scares the pants off of me. So, and if you're on a ketogenic, no offense whatsoever, it's just that that's not what I teach here. So, okay, so we have our croutons here, and we're gonna add a little bit of olive oil because I should have used the butter, but that's okay. We're gonna improvise here. We're gonna do a little improvisation. That's not even a word. We're gonna improvise. Okay, never mind. We're gonna put a little bit of olive oil on there, and then I'm gonna take some herbs, and I'm not going to actually cut them up and make them part of my croutons, but I want them to have the essence, and this is rosemary. Oh my gosh, I love, love, love. I used a whole 100% sprouted whole grain bread. Improvisation, thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. This is rosemary. I'm gonna sprinkle it amongst my croutons, but I'm not gonna cut it up and make it tight in there. This is just fresh rosemary right out of my garden. But I want them to have the impression of the rosemary, but I don't want them to have the literal taste of the rosemary. This is parsley. I just have some fresh parsley, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna kind of tear it up, and I'm gonna put it on top of the breadcrumbs. Then we're gonna take a little bit of garlic salt. Not garlic. You can use garlic powder if you wanted to. I like the garlic salt for this. We're gonna add a little bit of garlic salt. Can everybody see? Probably not. Let's turn you guys just a little bit. I know you can't see on YouTube because that's just how this thing rolls. It's either cut my head off or show the food. So we're gonna show the food, and you're gonna have to like see this weird talking head from like the nose down. So I'm gonna add a little bit of black pepper to this. I love my croutons with a little bit of black pepper, and then we're just gonna toss them all together. And these babies are gonna be yummy. I'm gonna really rub them in that olive oil. My oven is preheating right now at 400 degrees, and we're gonna stick those in there, and they're gonna be in there for about 10 minutes. While that's happening, we're gonna make our salad dressing. We're gonna make our salad dressing. Okay, I'm gonna go put these in. I'll be right back. Can you believe I didn't use parchment? It's a miracle. It's a miracle that I didn't use parchment paper. You want to know why I did? I have a very good reason about why I did not use parchment paper. Do you want to know what it is? Anybody want to know why I didn't use parchment paper for that? I have a good reason. I have a very good reason. Because I forgot. Brown better on the parchment paper, but I totally forgot. How you like that? Oh my gosh, I have to tell you, it's been that kind of day today. It has been a crazy town day already. I still can't tell you what's going on. I'll be able to tell you next week. If you're VIP, you'll probably find out this weekend. But next week, I will be able to reveal the big secret. And so, yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna make a salad dressing now. And I don't think that I've forgotten anything to put in the salad dressing. So I think we're good to go there. Butter, parchment, improvise. That's right. It's crazy. Oh my gosh, we are going to make our Caesar dressing today, and this is This is an amazing little raw dressing that actually is full of nutrients and full of things that your body loves and that cancer hates, right? It is a good secret. It's a totally good secret. I'm excited to share it with you, but I can't yet. But this is, we make it in our blender, just like we've made other things in the past. We make it in the blender, and it's this amazing flavor profile. I worked on it for a little while, getting the right components together, right? So I wanted the right flavors together, because I have to tell you that I love Caesar dressing, and I don't do well with fake outs, right? I want Caesar dressing. I want the raw eggs. I want the anchovies. I want everything that goes along with the Caesar dressing. This is a vegan recipe, so there's no anchovies in this. But I want everything that goes along with that Caesar dressing impression. And so I'm not awesome with fake outs. So I have been, right, it's my favorite too, David. I love Caesar dressing. I love it. And so I'm not great with fake outs. And so I've been working really hard to get a fake out that is vegan and that is raw and that you can use guilt-free on your dressings and on your salads. Because really, when we're talking about fighting cancer, we're talking about making your body inhospitable. Hi, Ann, it's good to see you. When we talk about making our body inhospitable to cancer, right? I know. Then we really want to talk about eating more raw foods and raw vegetables. Now, I eat 90% plant-based, so that means that 90% of my diet comes from plants, and the other 10% is other things, like that bread that is in the oven. That is one of my 10%. Meat, I am a meat eater. I do eat some meats, not a lot. I eat more fish than I eat anything as far as meats are concerned. I do eat a lot of animal products, though, meaning that I eat some dairy in the form of cheeses mostly, and yogurts and kefirs and things like that. But I also eat eggs and butter. That would be another dairy thing that I eat. But I also eat eggs, and I eat a fair amount of eggs. So I'm closer to a vegetarian than I am a vegan, but I'm not a vegan either because I do eat some meat. So like one of my favorite foods on the planet is shrimp tacos. I love shrimp tacos. They're like one of my favorite things. And so I eat them once in a blue moon, but not very often. But it's important that when you're eating raw foods that you are enjoying what you're eating, because you can get sick of raw foods like that if you're not creative in the process. And so I wanted to show you a dressing today where it would tempt you to eat more raw foods, in this case romaine, and then all of the ingredients that we're using here today are completely raw and vegan as well. So, right? Yes, so the Daiya cheese is something that you can substitute if you're cooking with it. I wouldn't try to eat it raw. In my opinion, not cooking with the Daiya cheese. Sorry, Daiya cheese. It's gross and I don't like it. But to cook with it, it's pretty amazing. Ciao, thank you for being here, right? That's a great question, Robert. I love that you just asked that question. That is an amazing question. What's the difference between being a vegetarian and being a vegan? So being a vegetarian, actually, it's considered ovo-lacto. There's actually pescatarians as well, which means that are pescatarians, which means that they eat fish, but no other kinds of meat. So a vegetarian will not eat meat. So it won't literally eat meat from the animal, but they will eat byproducts from the animal, like eggs, like honey, what are you doing back there? I got a little poodle at my feet down here. Can you see her? You can see her right back. She's scratchy. You can only see her on Periscope. Like eggs, so butters, dairies, things like that. So byproducts, things that animals make, but not literally eating the meat of the animal. So that would be a vegetarian. A vegan is somebody that eats no meat, no fish, and no byproducts of any animal. So completely, all of their nutrition comes from a plant-based source. Make sense? We good? Did I answer your question well? I hope so. I forgot to set a timer. Let me put a timer on. Hold on, or I'm going to forget. I don't want burnt croutons. I want crispy croutons. Crispy croutons! It's better than Krispy Kremes. I mean, well, anyway. Oh, Lord. Goodbye. See ya. stupid. Daiya cheese is a vegan cheese that is a non-dairy cheese. I don't think that I have any right now. Oh, I do. This is the brand that everybody's talking about. I keep mine in my freezer until I use it. They make mozzarella, they make cheddar, they make all different kinds. So this is the brand that everybody's talking about right now. Yeah. It's a great substitute for cooking. Again, I wouldn't love it just to eat it right out of the package. It tastes funky to me, but that's just me. You may love it. Yeah. We are making a Caesar salad, and that reminds me that we're making a Caesar salad, and I need to get back to making a Caesar salad. So we're doing that right now. Okay, I gotta put my cheese away. Put your cheese away, Leslie. So I'm just using a little single cup, a blender cup, to make our dressing in today. So all the ingredients are gonna go right in there. Now, to make a nice creamy dressing, I'm using two things here today. I'm using pine nuts. This is about 3 tablespoons of pine nuts, and I'm using macadamia nuts. Now then, a lot of the recipe calls for cashews or calls for all pine nuts, and I have to tell you that pine nuts are really expensive, first of all, and second of all, I didn't like the flavor of it, so I actually added the macadamia nut in there, which gave it a little bit of a depth. So this is about 3 tablespoons of pine nuts. This is what they look like. See, I'm showing everybody in all the different broadcasts here. And then macadamia nuts, and these are chopped up. So this is what the macadamia, they're super white, they're super oily, right? They are super oily, and they make they're perfect for this sauce. You do not, or this dressing, you do not have to soak them. You don't have to do anything like that. You can just put them right into the cup because of their oil content, because they have so much fat in them. They actually mix up really, really well. So we're getting a raw nut and a raw seed, and you want to make sure that you have raw versions of both. Macadamia nuts are a little hard to find when they're not dry roasted because they don't have a long shelf life. Once they've been removed from their shell, they can get stale. So you want to try to find them though that are raw and not roasted. That would be a good thing to do. I should have got a better bowl for that. Whatever. That's how it's happening today. It's going down into my cup. Okay. Everybody with me? So we got 3 tablespoons of macadamia, 3 tablespoons. I'm going to turn you guys again on YouTube so you can see. You've got 3 tablespoons of macadamias, 3 tablespoons of pine nuts in there. And that is going to be the creaminess for our sauce today. Now then, we're also going to add in there a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire, this is an organic brand. You can make your own. If you've ever made your own though, it is really hard to make. It is not an easy thing to make. There's a lot of processes that go into making Worcestershire. So I actually buy the Annie's brand of organic Worcestershire. This is what I buy. I'll show each broadcast here so you guys can see it. Somebody called me out because I didn't refrigerate it, and you're absolutely right. It is supposed to be refrigerated. I've never done that before, but now I refrigerate mine because whatever. Okay? So, because it said to. So fine. We're going to do, I need a splat. Somebody give me a splat over here. Woo, my croutons are done. They are lovely too. Look at that. They are beautiful and they smell like heaven. I'm in heaven. Look at this. Look at that. Aren't they pretty? See, they didn't burn. They're perfectly perfect. Look at that. Oh, they're going to be so good on our Caesar salad today. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh, it smells good in here. I have to put them back on the stove though because I don't have anywhere to put them. Over here. And I need to turn off my oven. Ta-da! I used 100% whole grain sprouted bread for that. Right? You'll hold them now because you'll eat them. Oh, I love that. I love Anne said she made her first, made dressing for the first time for herself last week. I love that. Anne just said that on Facebook. All right, so here we go. So we have our pine nuts, our macadamia, and our Worcestershire sauce. And I didn't get a splat while I was over there. Holy cow. Not kidding. It's just one of those days. Come here, Splat. Hi, Splat. Splat, you want to say hello to everybody? It's been a while since you've been around. Hi, Splat. Hello, little Splat. He's so cute, little Splat. Okay, so we're doing 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. This is what's going to give it that little bit of kick. If you like more kick, you could actually do the yellow mustard for this. I like the Dijon or brown mustard for that. We have 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, just fresh squeezed lemon juice. We have 1 tablespoon of olive oil. 1 tablespoon of olive oil in there. And I have half a teaspoon, this is actually the secret sauce in my opinion, I have half a teaspoon of maple syrup here. This just makes the nuts really stand out, and you think sweet and a Caesar dressing because it's usually very tangy, but it is actually amazing in this dressing. And I tried blackstrap molasses, I tried all kinds of things in there, and the maple syrup, I tried honey. It was actually just the best part in my opinion. There are no eggs in this. This is actually a vegan recipe today, so that means no animal byproducts. And this is 2 cloves of minced garlic that we're putting in here that I've already chopped up. I'm going to show you how to mince garlic in just a second. We're going to mince some garlic on our own. So everything in the cup, see, everything in the cup, get in that cup, will ya? Everything in the cup, and then this just goes right onto our blender. Come here, Mr. Blender. This is my Ninja blender, my professional 1500 watt. If you've got headbuds in right now, you should take them out. If you have headbuds in, I'm going to tell you one more time. If you have headbuds in right now, you should take them out because it's about to get loud up in here. So here we go. Ready? Take the headbuds out. I warned you. Now this takes a little bit of work to get it to the consistency that you want. You see how thick it is? Do you see that? It's very thick right now, and I have a little bit in the bottom here too. It's very thick. So what I want to do now is I want to open this back up. You see that? It's like totally stuck to the sides. What I want to do is I want to add about half a cup of water. After we get it blended up like that, I'm going to add half a cup of water, and I'm just going to give this a good shake. You see how it's pulling it down off the sides? You see that? Right? I know. So far, so good. And we're going to blend it again. Whoops, I turned it off. Good Lord. So good. Look at that. It almost is like a fake out, like you want to drink it. Like you're like, oh, look, it's a shake. Don't drink it. You might be sorry if you drink it. You might be like, did you like that face? Oh. It's so rich and creamy. Now then, the last piece of this is just adding a little bit of sea salt. Just a pinch or so of sea salt in there. And then a little bit of nutritional yeast. This is the last component of this. Nutritional yeast has a little bit of a cheesy flavor. I forget that I have this sealed up. It has a little bit of a cheesy flavor, and I really like it in this dressing. Add a little bit of color to it too. So just a couple of pinches in there. And then back on the blender. Nutritional yeast is just right. I can see the comments. I can. I totally can. Hi, Me4Videos. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. I'm TriCasting right now. So I'm actually TriCasting. So I'm here on YouTube. I am on Facebook, and I'm on Periscope at the same time. My YouTube channel is pretty new. Actually, I have like 500 videos. But yes. All right, let's just have a little drink. Or a little taste, not a drink. Oh, yeah. That really pulls up the flavor a lot. It has this very oily feeling to it, like you get when you get with Caesar dressing, and I love that part of it. So we're gonna put this in the refrigerator. We're gonna put this in the refrigerator, and then actually we're gonna pour it into something else. And then we're gonna put it in the refrigerator. Hold on, I have to get my little handy dandy. I have to use my, oh, catastrophes. I'm gonna put in this little pitcher. We're gonna pour it in there, and then I'm gonna rinse this out because we have to use it again. That creamy, beautiful. It will actually even get more creamy as you put it in the refrigerator. Look at that, gorgeous. Hello, it's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Right? All right, so let's put this in the refrigerator. I actually like to leave it in there for about an hour before I use it on my salad, but that's up to you. I've missed you too. Thank you for being here. Excuse me while I rinse this out. Live video and all, you know. I gotta rinse it and dry it because we're gonna make some fake Parmesan. It's not fake at all. It's actually very real food that we're making, but we're gonna make some Parmesan cheese to go on top of our salad. I do. You wouldn't believe the racks of this stuff that I have, and I seek it out. I mean, I like go treasure hunting for staging of this stuff. Hi Sherry. It's good to see you. Yes, I can see comments there for sure. Yeah, I know. I go shopping at thrift stores and Pier 1 and all of these places to buy all of my little plates and stuff. But you know what? I'm pushing out like four recipes a week, and you have to have different stuff. You guys don't want to see the same old plate every time. I missed that. My son something. Dang it. I hate it when I miss comments and I wanted to see them. I hate that. I hate it when that happens. All right, so for the Parmesan cheese, we're actually going to use some of the same ingredients. We're going to use a little salt. We're going to use some nutritional yeast in there. The nutritional yeast is for the flavor, actually. And we are going to use some cashews for that as well. We're just going to make a little bit, and we're going to chop up some garlic. So I promised you I would show you. Ooh, that knife is wet. I promised that I would show you how to make this cashew Parmesan again. This is a non-dairy version of Parmesan. But I want to show you how to chop up a clove of garlic as well. So YouTube, you're going back down to the cutting board with you. And so I have, I think this is probably like 3 cloves of garlic here that we're going to use, but they're little tiny. They're little bitty tiny cloves of garlic. So what you want to do, first of all, when you pick up your chef's knife, always, you saw me dry the handle of it, you always want to make sure that your handle and that your hand that is guiding the knife, that is holding the knife, is dry. So making sure that your hand and your knife is dry. I'm using a Shun 8-inch classic chef's knife here for this. You can use whatever knife that you have, but I do recommend at some point that you think about getting yourself a nice chef's knife. And it can be in 3 different sizes, really 4 different sizes. I've got a 6-inch, I've got the, I have the 8-inch, and I have a 6-inch by 1-inch. So whatever is comfortable for you is going to be what you gravitate and will use in the kitchen. And this, you know what, a cutting board and a knife is one of your most essential tools in the kitchen. So to chop garlic, to mince fresh garlic, first of all, what you're going to do is pick a nice healthy clove. This is a really beautiful clove of garlic. It's a giant clove of garlic, actually. You're going to pick a nice healthy clove like this, and you're just going to, you can use the point end of your knife, or you can just cut off the top of it. And pull the individual cloves. Actually, this is a bulb of garlic. I apologize. This is a bulb of garlic. These are cloves of garlic. And then you pull out a couple of cloves. And to do this, you're going to point your knife, your sharp edge of your knife, away from you and at an angle just slightly, holding this part of your knife firmly. And you're going to palm down, fingers up. You see how my fingers are stretched up right now? Palm down, fingers up, smack. Okay? This is going to actually pull the little papery pieces or the skin of the garlic right off. This is going to allow you to do this work super fast and super easy. I'm just going to give it a smack. Just like that. They're sticking to my fingers because my fingers are wet. I apologize. Come off, baby. There we go. Just going to pull those off there. Just like that. Each one of these has their own little peel. Has their own little appeal. These are very appealing little cloves of garlic. And sticky too. They're really, when they're really fresh, they actually, I didn't get that one good. When they're fresh, they actually have, they actually are very, very, the little garlic bits are very sticky. So that's really a good indication that you have some fresh garlic. So when they're sticky like that. Perfect. All right. So we have, oops, get off there. So we have our little garlic cloves. This is actually 4 cloves of garlic. I'm totally fine with that personally. And then you're just going, you can put them all together. You can do them individually. If you're new with your knife skills, you probably want to do them individually. I was just going to do them all together, and then I decided I would show you individually. So 1 clove out, I'm going to do a pinch grip. So I've got 3 fingers around the bolster, the handle of my knife, and pinching at the bolster right here. My tip of my knife goes down. My backhand that's holding the garlic, I want you to think about it as the claw. Right? Okay, so this is the claw. I want you to think about it as the claw, and you're going to tuck your thumb under, and you're going to run the knife along your knuckles. I'm going to get that piece of little thing off there. You're going to run your knife along the knuckles, and your fingers are going to be tucked back under so that you do not cut your fingers. Then you can easily then have a guide, and you can move the knife. You see it in the action that I'm going there. Point down across the garlic and cut it very easily. You just want to be careful when you get to that end, that little tip. So now I have the shavings of the garlic. I'm just going to run through these super fast. I have to change my angle to do it correctly of my body, and I apologize if I'm in the way. I don't think that I am, but this keeps all your digits out of the way. It makes it easy to chop the garlic. Now then, I'm going to pull all my garlic in one little bunch right here in the middle. This is for mincing the garlic. I'm going to pull all my garlic, and then I'm going to have the same grip, 3 and 2 pinching here, and I'm going to put my knife down, and we're going to go around in a half circle, with my backhand, okay, pushing down on the blade to keep it steady. Super easy work. Now you may be wondering why I'm doing this if I'm going to put this in a blender, and that's because I don't want any giant hunks of garlic, and so I'm going to give it a pre-mince in there so that it mixes well with the, and then we're just going to put them all in a pile again so that it mixes well with the cashews. This just makes it really easy to mince garlic. Once you get the hang of it, it's actually quite simple. When I push off, I actually use my fingernails pushing away from the blade, never towards the blade. It's all about safety here. This knife is incredibly sharp. This is a Japanese knife, and it's incredibly sharp, right? And so you want to be a little careful with that. Now I instantly, as soon as I'm done with my knife, it gets a rinse and a wipe. Again, blade away, pulling it through my towel, blade away from me. Then voila, I have a clean knife, and it's ready to go back into my knife block. Just like that, right? Sometimes he does, yeah. My husband, actually, my husband does the sharpening of the knives. You're absolutely right. I do not do the sharpening of the knives. He does. But he actually hones them. We actually send that. Shun knives actually have a lifetime guarantee, and you can send them. You can always send them back to the company to have them sharpened, which is a nice feature for this. So we are actually going to Europe in. When are we going to Europe? We're going to Europe in October, and we'll be gone for almost 2 weeks. So right before we leave, I will send my knives to Shun to be sharpened, and then by the time we get home, they'll be ready to send them back to me. So we're gonna put all of that garlic. Actually, we're not. We're gonna put our cashews in first. So we're just gonna put a couple of handfuls. We're going to the Netherlands. We'll be in the Netherlands, and we'll be in England as well, in the UK. So we're going to put our raw cashews. These are raw cashew pieces. They've not been roasted. They've not been roasted or anything like that. They're from our good friends at Natural Grocers, right? They're from our good friends at Natural Grocers. We are going to see a Rolling Stones concert. The Rolling Stones play in October 15th in Arnhem, and we're going to see a concert, but we're just going to make a whole vacation out of it. So we're huge Rolling Stones fans. See, I have my earrings on today. My Rolling Stones earrings, so, right? Yeah. All right, so then all of our garlic goes in there with our cashews. There's only 4 ingredients in this. It's so easy and so yummy. I'm done with that little cutting board. We're gonna do about a teaspoon, a heaping teaspoon of, I just really like nutritional yeast. I'm gonna do a little bit more of the nutritional yeast that we used earlier. I'm having to show YouTube too, so, right? The nutritional yeast that we used earlier. And then we are going to do a couple of fat pinches of big fat sea salt. I use Maldon sea salt. So this is very garlicky and so yummy. Whoops! Did not mean to get water in there, I tell you that. What nutritional yeast is, it's actually amazing. It has a really great flavor, and it has a ton of amino acids. Why does this not want to fit today? I have to tell you, this thing does not want, there we go. This thing does not want to fit on there today. It doesn't want to work. And so it's made by Bragg's. It's made by Bragg's, and it's amazing. It has a great taste. It's a great seasoning, and it has some nutritional value in there as well. People are always like, oh, yeast is bad for you. Well, typically, you don't want a yeast overgrowth or anything like that, but this type of yeast actually feeds your body in a probiotic way. In a prebiotic way, so it actually feeds the bacteria that's in your gut with the prebiotics, and it's great for that. So I use it, I don't use it in everything, but I've been using it a lot lately. These lids are terrible, right? So I can't, it's too loud, David. So here we go, so headphones, this is gonna be really loud because these nuts are gonna whirl around in here and it's gonna be really loud. So if you have headphones in, please remove them right now. That's it. If you go more than that, the cashews will actually start to turn into cashew butter. They will actually break down their cellular structure and the oils will start to release out of the cashews. And you'll have cashew butter instead of, I almost did it too long just then. You'll have cashew butter instead of the cashew parm. So this tastes just like, and if you've made it, I know a lot of you made it this weekend, it tastes just like Parmesan cheese. It is so good. It tastes like dried Parmesan. Oh my gosh, that is so good. And that's going to be the topping on our salad today, right? That's going to be the topping on our salad, which we're getting to right now. I'm going to make our salad right now. I'm going to move all this stuff aside. So this is romaine lettuce. Traditionally speaking, isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh, I just want a bouquet of romaine sitting on my desk. It's so lovely. It's just lovely. And so, but we have our romaine lettuce here, right? I know, it is beautiful, I totally agree. One of the best ways to clean romaine is to actually snip off the end, to take off the little pieces that are kind of yucky around the outside, to snip off the end of it, take the whole romaine, put it in a colander just like this, and then rinse it really, really well, because romaine can be sandy, is to rinse it really, really well, and then just let it sit on a cup towel in the in the colander like this. You can do that in the refrigerator. Mine's been sitting on the counter like this, and it's washed. Done. You don't have to use paper towels and all that crazy stuff for this. It is amazing. You cannot find good romaine lettuce, organic. Natural Grocers will have it. Just saying. Just saying, Rory. Natural Grocers will have romaine. That's where I got mine. This beautiful head of romaine, right? So, yeah, go check out Natural Grocers. They should have it. Yeah, you don't want to buy the stuff that's in a package. I don't like the stuff that's in a package. Spinach is okay in a package, but not the romaine, in my opinion anyway, right? Trader Joe's, there you go, Trader Joe's too. So you have this gorgeous thing of romaine. I just took a picture of it because it was so beautiful for my Instagram stories. I'm gonna put it up a little bit later. But you can just leave it sitting there and it will air dry on its own, and you can leave it in the refrigerator as well. So I'm just gonna pull out, some big pieces of it. We're gonna take our knife out again. And I'm just gonna cut mine. You can tear romaine, like some chefs will tell you never cut your lettuce, it should always be torn. But for Caesar salad, I really like it cut. I like to have a very specific pattern when I am eating Caesar salad, because I'm a weirdo. And so, yeah, anyway, that's just me. I like it to be like in little squares. I like it to be like in little squares, so there you go. I'm a weirdo. I know I'm a weirdo. I know I'm a weirdo. So I just have this beautiful bowl here. I'm just gonna put a big old heaping pile of my Caesar, of my romaine in there, just like that. Just like that. And I'm gonna get my dressing out. So hold your horses. Here's my dressing. You can see that it's just been in a refrigerator for just a little while, and you can see how much thicker it's already gotten being refrigerated, okay? So that's what you want to do, and then you can just take this. It's a good thing I put it in this porry thing, and I'm just going to dress my salad. You don't need a lot. Goes a long way in a Caesar. And then we're just going to give it a toss, my 2-fork toss. We're just going to give it a little bit of a toss just to get the salad dressing distributed in there. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's so lovely. You're going to want to put the Caesar dressing on everything because it's so gorgeous and so yummy. If it's too sweet for you, if you don't like the sweetness of it, then you can certainly leave out that maple syrup step in there. I like the maple syrup, but not everybody will. Just going to give it a little bit of a salt pinch like that. You could use some fresh garlic here if you wanted to. I'm going to get my croutons. They have been patiently waiting over here. My beautiful croutons that we made earlier. We're just going to throw those right on top. This is a beautiful way and a guilt-free way to get America's favorite salad. Other than ranch dressing, I honestly just can't think of a salad that is more popular in our country than a Caesar salad. I mean, honestly, it is so popular. It's like on every menu. Caesar salad and grilled chicken. This would be awesome. If you eat chicken, this would be an awesome thing to do, is to use this and to use this recipe and put yourself a nice piece of grilled chicken on top of this. It would be so yummy. Shrimp, anything like that would be delicious on top of this. So we're just going to take now our fresh parm that we made, our fresh dried parm. It will actually get a little bit drier as it sits in the refrigerator. Look at that. It's so pretty. You can be liberal with it because it's cashews. It's cashews and raw garlic. Part of an anti-cancer diet is eating some raw garlic. That's a big hunk of it right there, is eating raw garlic. And this little parm fake out is a great way to get more raw garlic into your diet. Look at that. Voila. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Do you love it? Are you freaking out right now? tons of raw food in here, in the dressing. Everything in that dressing is good for you. Everything in that parm that we use, that we made, is good for you. The bread is actually an amazing whole grain that is sprouted grain as well, so it's easy to digest. You're gonna get nutrients, especially B vitamins from that. We have that fresh, crunchy romaine. This is a completely guilt-free Caesar salad. Look at that. And it tastes great. You're gonna be like, what did she just do to me? She totally just made a Caesar salad. I'm gonna make a mini one right now. I'm gonna make a Caesar roll up. Hold on, I'm trying to find a small piece. I'm gonna make a Caesar roll up right now. It's your favorite salad? Well, there you go. I got you hooked up. I'm telling you right now, I got you hooked up. You're fully hooked up now. These would make gorgeous appetizers, by the way, right? Like a little Caesar salad appetizer. Make these little boats like this. That would be fantastic. I would love that. If I went to somebody's house and they had little Caesar salad boats. What the what? Hold on, I'm going to steal a crouton. Come here, crouton. I'm stealing this one right here. Look at that. Little Caesar salad boats for your next party. Look, I just made 2 recipes. I'd be like, holla, you got Caesar salad boats? I'm up with that, or down with that, or whatever. I'm something with that. Oh my gosh. It was so good. It's ridiculous how much it tastes like a real Caesar dressing. Crouton. So good. Yummy! Bravo, bravo, bravo. So creamy, so delicious. Your body is going to love it, and guess what? Guess what? Your body's going to love it. Sorry, YouTube. I'm doing a lot of fidgeting over here. I apologize. Your body's going to love it, and cancer. Hold on, I have to fix YouTube. If you were watching on YouTube, the funniest thing just happened. I apologize. I'm so unprofessional. You have no idea how unprofessional I can be. Something wrong is happening on my YouTube thing. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have to finish YouTube. You guys stay with me over here on these other 2 places. I'm gonna finish up with YouTube. There you go. Your body loves it, cancer hates it. My name is Leslie Nance. You've been watching Lunch with Leslie. I'll be back here tomorrow making a 4-layer dessert that you do not want to miss at all, right? See you guys. Bye. You guys stay with me over here. Bye.